Welcome back. We're back with another topic. And we're back with another, what do we call it?
So, guys, we'll just quickly go through the game week 17 games of the Premier League. Give our 2 cents about the games, and we'll try to keep this short because we've got feedback from some viewers that our video is a tad bit long for their liking. We'll keep this short, and
They're keeping it short, man. It's the age of like bite-sized shit. Like people can't digest it, right?
That's
like
right.
the attention span and stuff to do and all that kind of stuff. So
apparently, most of our viewers suffer from ADHD, so we have to serve it.
Yeah. Includes me. I cannot pay attention. That's why I just have TikTok on the side.
So without further delay, just keep your ADHD in check, and here we go. So the first game is Brentford Nottingham, with Nottingham winning 2-0. To be honest with you, for me personally, this was a surprise considering this was Brentford's home.
How well Brentford,
and how they're performing at their home. So yeah, but happy for Nottingham.
Excuse me. If you look at Brentford's away form versus Brentford's home form, it's the opposite.
Brentford,
the G-Tech
I think they're the best at home. I think this season currently at home.
Yeah. Well, now they will be second. Now they'll be locked in with Liverpool. Although Liverpool drew with Fulham, so I think they're probably still the best. Yeah.
So yeah, that was a shocker for me at least. Then next we move on to Ipswich versus Newcastle, where Newcastle battered Ipswich 4-0.
Man, that Isak, like that guy, like he's a freaking animal. He's a freaking animal.
Yeah, he's amazing, and for his structure, I think he has amazing balance. For his structure, he has amazing balance and control.
Both feet. Like he can hit the ball with both feet, and
he has got good control. Yeah,
and the power. Like sometimes I see his goals and I'm like, wait, what? Do you watch something like in fast forward? Like, like boom.
But the only qualm I have with Newcastle is, why can't they give these kind of performances more consistently? Attacking masterclass. They were doing it last season or the season before, where they were like finishing games in first half. I remember scoring 3-4 goals in the first half and the game just over. But I hope Eddie Howe can find a way to unlock the potential that this team has. This team has really good players, young players. I think this team, can do wonders. And I'm happy to see Newcastle performing again.
Yeah, I think the one miss from last season was Sandro Tonali. I think he's come back and he's been a revelation for Newcastle this season, and he's one of the fan favorites as well. I mean, why wouldn't he? He's an Italian midfielder who passes the ball like Pirlo. Like, who wouldn't love a midfielder like that?
And then
right?
the thing is, and another thing was that he left AC Milan to come to Newcastle, so that kind of endears him to the Newcastle fans as well, which I understand. Plus, I think they've got a really good centre back partnership. It's Fabian Schär, and I don't know who the other one was. Just a minute. Sorry, this is Sorry, guys. Please bear with us.
Yeah, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah, Dan Burn and Fabian Schär.
Dan Burn. Yeah.
So I think these two are have really come into their own this season. So
yeah, but I mean, who do they have in the tank as a backup? That's the other thing, right?
That's the problem. But they have this guy. What's his name? Shit, I forget. He's really good, by the way. I mean, Isak was finding it hard to displace him when Isak joined. Isak was playing second fiddle to him. Can't remember his name, bro. And he used to be in everyone's FPL as well, as far as I remember.
Okay.
Just a minute. No, not. Callum Wilson.
Yeah, but he's a striker.
Yeah. So you're talking about Isak, right? You were talking about the attack.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about defense. Like I was talking about like outside of Fabian Schär and
Oh, okay.
yeah, they don't really
Oh,
have anybody there, right? Like I personally don't see. Yeah, I mean Jamal Lascelles is there.
yeah.
I
No.
mean he's
He's
hit or
not in the
miss. He's
same league.
getting old too. Yeah, he's not in the same league anymore. I know Sven Botman is there. Like he was meant to be like that powerful defender that Newcastle was missing. He hasn't performed, and he's also been injured quite a bit too. So that's not worked in his favor as well.
He's on injury right now as we speak as well.
There you go. And so really they don't have anybody there. They have really good wingers. I will say this, like Livramento. I really like him. Obviously, I have Kieran Trippier, sorry. Who is been giving Kyle Walker a run for his money for England. Anyway, enough about Newcastle. Let's move on to the next one.
Yeah. Next is West Ham and Brighton. They drew 1-1. Again, where Brighton are the kind. Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. I thought Brighton would win, but I guess West Ham, with their home advantage, probably played well. I watched the game a bit. I think it was a pretty even game.
Yes.
Again, for Brighton, the guy on the left, what's his name? Left side attacker. Can't get his name.
Oh, you're talking about that Japanese dude.
Yeah. Mitoma. Kaoru Mitoma.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think he was a live wire as usual. And Matt Viper, I remember him providing the physical steal in the middle of the park. But again, for West Ham, Mohamed Kudus and Jared Bowen were giving threats. So it was a pretty even game. I think both teams were cancelling each other out.
You didn't say it properly. There's a way to say the West Ham left tackle name.
Mohamed Kudus?
Bro, I'm a little bit of oomph in there. Come on.
How? Okay. So him and so yeah, I think both teams pretty much cancelled each other out on
I would say so,
the given day. But yeah, I think Brighton will feel that they've dropped points.
For sure, yeah.
Next game we'll talk about is Crystal Palace and Arsenal. As expected, Arsenal thrashed Crystal Palace at their home.
Well, I mean, Gabriel Jesus coming into, I watched this really funny meme the other day, and it was basically that Mark Gahey loved Jesus so much that he allowed as much as he did.
In reference to what he wrote on his captain's armband, right?
Yeah, exactly. That was funny. But no, good for him.
The first goal was a bit fortunate for Arsenal, the one that Gabriel scored, but the second goal, wow, what a finish. From almost at the edge of the box, he was a bit inside, and he had a very small window, and just at the corner of the goal, he shot it, and it was good.
I think you may be talking about the League Cup goal.
No.
That was
Crystal Palace goal. This game, the goal in this game, because
they played for Crystal Palace in the League Cup too.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware. I didn't watch that game. That's what I was watching.
It was similar, very very similar. Performance from Crystal, which I'm surprised by. Honestly,
you would think the Crystal Palace would have learned something from that game, but clearly, I think they learned that they can't do anything about it.
Arsenal scored from open play, bro. That was what was new about that game. Like,
if I'm not wrong, the second goal that they scored was from a set piece also.
Of course. That's too funny.
It was funny that during the game, the camera, went to their set piece coach so many times. It was weird.
Yeah.
But if this was Stoke, people would be praising for their ingenuity.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a reason behind it.
Hear me out. Let me finish. So if this was Stoke scoring goals from corners and set pieces, whatever, people will be praising. But Arsenal is one of those clubs that people just like to hate. I think it's not, and it's not because of the players. I think it's because of the fans. The fans are so cocky. They think that they play the best football. That's what they think, and they're happy with that.
Well, the manager is losing them too, bro. Like, did you hear him on the press conference? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
he won Community Shield. He's happy that he won Community Shield.
Like, come on, bro. Like,
that speaks volumes of their mentality, bro.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's silly.
They can go to hell.
They can go to hell. Yeah. For whatever it's worth. They're actually no far off the top now. They're 9 points, 10 points behind us. I say Liverpool.
That's okay. I don't think they'll go above Chelsea.
I still think they finished third. I don't think they finished.
And somehow their defense has started leaking goals consistently now. I've been noticing for the past 2-3 games they're leaking goals. They're leaking goals.
I don't know. I don't understand why there's so much bias with reference to the Arsenal defense in the British media. Like, no doubt.
No, that I understand what you're saying, but that's stat based because they were one of the best defenses in terms of.
No, they're not.
Last year they were. They gave in one of the least goals. That's why. Even,
I never actually saw that stat, so let me look that up.
Sure.
Okay, so goal again. Arsenal conceded 29. Yeah, you're right. They are the lowest.
Yes, and they're lowest by some distance.
Sheffield considered 104, man.
Yeah. And they're oh wow, and they conceded 29 goals, and that too. I mean, after that is Man City, who've conceded 5 more goals. So that's what 29 goals is amazing, bro. Throughout the season, they just let in 29 goals.
Yeah, but like, do you remember what Chelsea that one season conceded 12? 13?
15, I think. 15, I think.
15, 15. Yeah. My God, Mourinho, man. What a freaking manager, man.
Yeah. And this season, they've conceded 16 goals already halfway through the season.
Yeah, it's not too bad because we're halfway through the season. If you take that into account, that's like 32 goals. So they've conceded 29 last year.
Actually, they're joint lowest with Liverpool, actually, as of now.
Yeah. 16. We conceded 3 today, so that's fine. But Liverpool's defense has been leaky in the past few games. We conceded.
I'm happy. Not because Liverpool's defense is leaky. No. I'm saying, as a fan, as a neutral, you want to see goals in the game, right? You want to see goals in the game. That's what the game is. No, keep yourself out of being Liverpool's fan.
Oh no, I agree. Listen, I'm saying absolutely, you're right, but I don't like it. Liverpool too, and I don't like it. But I get why. You
have to learn from United how to let in goals and how to make games interesting.
Yeah. Oh my God, that game against Tottenham was just like.
Bro, I can't believe they've let in 7 goals this week in 2 games, bro. I mean, it's unbelievable. 4 versus Tottenham. Sure.
Let's do it. United.
Yeah. I don't know. There's not much to talk.
What is going on? What the actual
run? Like, I don't know, bro.
3-0.
I need a drink. Just a minute.
Last year, okay. United played Bournemouth at home, lost 3-0. This year, same result. Rashford nowhere to be seen for 4 games. Okay, then also comes back. Okay, everyone else is there. Like I don't know. I can understand when I watch the games, what the thought process is behind the games, but I kind of can't as well at the same time because I guess that may be down to the players. But like, what's going on, bro? Like,
No, I
tell
think
me.
in today's game, I think in short space of time, I have started to love Ruben Amorim because of the simply his principles and the way he talks about the club, his passion.
Love.
Yeah. He's made it clear that he loves the club because he was here as an internee while Jose Mourinho was the manager. So he has been at the club before.
Yes.
So yeah, he has an endearing personality.
Yes. I agree. As neutral, I can agree with that. He does.
But for all of that, I think he made a big mistake today by removing Ugarte and bringing Garnacho. Once he brought Ugarte off,
you're chasing the game. You're chasing the game.
I understand that. There was a choice where he might not have done it. Basically reverted to a different formation. So I understand that he wants to stick to his formation, and but then that makes you very one-dimensional. Right.
That means you only have plan A. You don't have a plan B, basically.
Yeah, exactly. You're expecting now the other guys know that how you're gonna set your team up, and they're gonna play. So you made it known to them. So you've taken away any element of surprise from there, right? Yeah. Like you could have thrown with the right now. They know you're gonna play 3 at back, so they're gonna. And because when Ugarte went, there was Kobe Manu and Fernandes in the mid center of the park, and both of them were coming forward, and there was so much space for Bournemouth to explore. It was making players run out of positions, because of which Mazraoui ended up giving a penalty as well. So, and if you see 2 goals that we conceded was after Ugarte went off. If had Ugarte been there, because he is hardwired to defend first and then go forward, so he would be providing that cover in front of the defense. So it was a very haphazard. What happened was very haphazard since Ugarte's departure. I hope Amorim takes note of that. And so see, if you leave Kobe Manu and Fernandes, you need a guy who's shielding the defense, because currently those defenders and they're too far. Man, it's a mess. It's a mess. I think I was really happy with United's performance in midweek. That was against Spurs. I think slowly
they have to come back into the game. Yeah.
That, and personally, I feel now, since we've been watching Ten Hag for the past 2-3 years, it was a very neutral football that was being played, trying very slow build up, very defensive football. I'm happy to see United trying some version of attacking football now, where they're attacking the box, coming from wings, forward plays much more rather than sideways balls. So I'm liking that. I'm enjoying that. Again, it's not even
play. There is a identity. There's a vision.
It's coming slowly. It's not even been a month since Amorim took over, and you can still see that he's trying to put his stamp on the style of play that we're doing, and I'm liking that. Hopefully, a month or 2 down the line, they'll be more fluid, because you understand that because it's a rigid system that he plays. He expects certain players to do some things during transition. He wants balls to be played in certain way. He wants players to take up certain positions, which is not second nature yet to the players, which I've said before. Having said that, these players are not consistent. There has to be a big change in the playing 11, starting 11. The only 3 players who deserve their position at the start, or 4 players rather, are Onana, Mazraoui, Amad Diallo, and Bruno Fernandes. Apart from this, players are still still yet to convince that they deserve a starting spot for a Manchester United 11. Højlund, maybe if he works a bit more, but Xerxes,
enough
no.
games. Yeah,
Xerxes, no, bro. Xerxes is I don't know why we've bought him. He's not the kind of player we were promised. He's, I don't know, man. He doesn't look like a United player. To be fair,
he's very rigid. I felt he's not as
the way he's built, he could be winning headers. He doesn't win headers, bro.
He's never. You have one job. Your job is to win headers, and he doesn't.
He doesn't do that.
Honestly, during the game when he made that substitution of Ugarte, I would have thought Kobe Manu would have the job of sitting back and then doing the Ugarte job at the same time, making the runs forward and creating that double play, because you're chasing the game. Okay, so at that point they have to do both the jobs. But I think this is not a Amorim mistake. This is more of a player not able to fully grasp the ideas that the manager is trying to drill to them. I don't think this is a manager mistake. This is something very, very, if you're chasing the game, you got to take
probably. Right? I think Ugarte, maybe, I can't remember. I think he was on a yellow as well. Probably that's why he took him off. Let me just check quickly.
Yeah,
I think that's also probably a reason.
Highly unlikely, that he would take Ugarte off, because
he was on yellow. Yeah, so probably during transitions he would have felt that. Probably that's the reason. Oh, by the way, he's the only player who got a card from United side this today. So having said that, I think defense, attacking wise, you can still. So that's another thing, right? So because this is a new system, attacking wise, if you're not well versed with the positions that you have to take, what happens at the end? You end up missing an opportunity, which is fine.
Chances,
But if defensively you're not you're not well versed, you concede goals, and that's what's happening with United right now. They're conceding goals left, right, and center. They conceded 4 goals against Tottenham, and they conceded 3 goals today against Bournemouth. For God's sake, Bournemouth, bro.
All right. Anyways, that was tough. So let's move on to the next one, and the final one for today, which is Liverpool versus Tottenham. I think this is going to be a short one, because there's not much to analyze in this game apart from the fact that I thought I'd seen Liverpool. I saw Liverpool play the most dominant game of the season when they played Madrid. Or that I've seen Liverpool play the most dominantly when I saw them play Madrid. I have not seen a more dominant Liverpool side play a football match. And then I saw them play against Man City. And then I have not seen more dominant team play a football game. And then I saw today's game, and they were all over. I think by the 10th minute or the 15th minute, Liverpool had like 6 or 7 shots on goal already. It just should have been like a 10 goal versus 3 goal. Like that should have been the scoreline. But
no, I understand your happiness. But you know what? After watching Tottenham play United, the way they conceded 3 goals, the way they showed lack of mental fortitude, I expected Liverpool to beat them soundly today.
Yeah,
Which they did. But I wasn't expecting Liverpool to ship 3 goals. Firstly, secondly,
completely agreed. That was shambles. The 20-minute period in which we considered 3 goals was absolutely unnecessary, or 2 goals rather. Yeah.
So it was more. So there's another way to look at it. Because of the kind of performance the Spurs gave midweek, I was expecting Spurs to be bad today as well. Because first of all, that the fatigue comes into play. Plus, they look like a very disoriented team. Plus, they don't have their first choice goalkeeper and either of the centre backs. So that says a lot. So I was expecting Liverpool to run through them, which they did. So I just wanted to point out on what you said, that you saying Liverpool played well. I think it's more got to do with Spurs being that poor. But I didn't expect Liverpool to be as poor that they would concede 3 goals. That's all I wanted to say. And then I think I'm sorry, just once I want to put in one point. But I don't know if they let in those 3 goals, maybe because they were attacking that much, because I missed that part of the game. Because they were so attack-minded that, okay, fine, it's okay, we can afford to concede goals. Because I know Liverpool don't settle even after scoring 3 or 4 goals. I know they keep going.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they went into overdrive at that point in time and they said, just let's go all out attack. Even if they score 2-3 goals, it's okay. We want to make it more embarrassing for them. Was it that? Or was it genuinely that Spurs made decent chances and wanted to save face and, scored those goals? So
I think there were two because they already scored 1 goal. So I think when those 2 goals were like one-off moments in which Spurs capitalized. The fact that it being an away game at Spurs, and the fact that Liverpool also had a midweek game, by the way, arguably, well, I mean, we did play most of our academy in that game, so it probably was not as draining for us as much as it was for Tottenham, obviously.
And you guys played a day earlier as well.
Yeah, we had 1 extra day of recovery. But this is my problem.
And we did you guys a favor because we made it very difficult for them in the last 20 minutes of that game. I don't know if you had a chance of watching it.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
During the last 20 minutes of that game, Spurs versus United, man, that game was blockbuster. Blockbuster, that game was at that point.
I watched a little bit of that game towards the end. That's all I watched. And I was
that was amazing. That was amazing.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. So I agree, it was a fantastic game. But I think the fact that Liverpool are missing a few of their key players in defense, with Ibrahim Konate being out, that has something to do with some of the leaky bucket that they've had over the last little bit.
So who's the other key player? Who's the other key player you guys are missing?
Conor Bradley.
No, from defense. Conor Bradley.
Conor Bradley.
Oh, okay. So he's a key player. Okay. Go on.
I was going to give you his example on when you're talking about Pedro Porro and Kyle Walker. That's the example that I was going to give you. That Conor Bradley is an example of shipping away for loans for a couple of seasons, come back, and you're basically neck and neck competing with Trent. Honestly, I love Trent. He's awesome. Okay, but listen. But from a defensive perspective, like, I think Conor Bradley is more of a complete right back. The Trent he's a different kind of player. You don't get that kind of player.
If Kyle Walker was a Liverpool right back, I don't think even Trent makes to this team, bro. He's that good. I don't think even Trent. So Conor would not be part of the conversation to start with.
No, but I mean, the thing is,
sorry.
Bro, listen, Konate is such a key player. He's worth 2 key players.
No. So we're missing some key players like Konate. Remember, then they have all the players in the front in the midfield. Who the hell is missing?
Yeah, no, it's Konate, and then it's Konate.
Yeah.
So, no, you're absolutely right. So
it's actually Konate, because Konate means 2. Konate means 1 and Konate means 2.
Oh my God, that's too good. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so here's the thing. And coming back, from all the injuries that Liverpool have actually legitimately had, a lot of the key players being missing. Obviously, Kier is coming back. Konate is going to be coming back soon.
Alisson, I think, came back today, right? Or what, did he play the midweek as well?
He doesn't play cup games. Usually he's given over to Kelleher, but he was back the week before.
It's below him.
It's below him. He's like, Adi.
Okay.
Anyway, so he's back, and this is a busy festive period, right? And a lot of games are coming thick and fast. This is the time that Liverpool will get that squad handy. We'll get to really use the full strength of that squad. And that's really, I think, the difference between. I think that's why Liverpool are where they are. I think they've got the most complete squad right now in the Premier League. I don't think City has got it. I don't think Arsenal's got it. I don't think Chelsea's got it.
I think they've got good options up front as well. to mix and match.
Chelsea, I would say arguably Chelsea have it, but they're
Probably,
inexperienced. So because of that reason, like they drew against, like what a performance by the way, like Everton are going to miss that stadium. They're going to miss that stadium. That, when Everton plays the kind of football they play today, like the Sean Dyche type football.
No, I don't think they will miss it. Have you seen? I think if you ask any Spurs fan, they don't miss their old stadium. Because the new stadium is amazing.
No, I completely get what you're saying. But White Hart Lane didn't have the kind of effect that, the what is the Everton stadium called again?
White Hart Lane.
No, Everton, bro.
Goodison Park.
Yeah, Goodison Park. So the Goodison Park is because it's like the GTEC, only more closed, right? Like fans are basically in your face. So it becomes very difficult for teams to come and try to wrestle the crowd. But anyway, those are my thoughts.
By the way, the Spurs Stadium is amazing. It's probably one of the best stadiums. Aesthetically, one of the best stadiums. In Premier League
I know
right
you've been to it. Are you gonna ask me?
No, not only that. I think that the screens and everything. Like I was seeing one shot. I think for the first goal or second goal, I can't remember, that was scored against Spurs. So there was a shot from behind the goalkeeper, and I could see the screen, and it looked really nice. The stadium looked really nice. So I heard. By the way, there's a talk of new Manchester United stadium.
I know. I heard that too. I heard. Well, and there are two things. One is obviously what you said, and the other thing I heard was they're trying, like, what is it, Jim Ratcliffe?
Yeah.
And the Ineos are trying. He wants the stadium to look like the SoFi Stadium.
SoFi Stadium, yeah.
Yeah. And you know why, right? Because it's got that 360 screen, and that would be mental. And then today at the press conference, and did you see the press conference?
The leak, yeah.
Oh my God!
Because it's very old. It's very old stadium, and it goes on to say as well.
It's a United, bro. Like,
bro, I agree with you.
Time.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah. No. It could have been. We were very close. Had Sheikh Jassim bought us, but
Sheikh Jassim was apparently going to buy us too. And if he had bought us, things would have been very different too.
So I know we'll be having a different conversation when he buys you. Yeah. I'll resort to something else. But so they did a survey of people. So what he wants to do is, he's not directly said that he wants it to look like SoFi Stadium, but he wants to be as iconic and as technologically advanced as the SoFi Stadium with fan. So because I watched a short documentary on SoFi Stadium, so man, they've done a lot of things for fan experience as well.
That's the whole new. By the way, that's across North America. They're working a lot towards this whole fan experience thing,
which is fair, which is essential.
Yeah. Because a lot of people, when we were growing up in Dubai, for us, going to like a Premier League stadium and actually watching a game there was just like a dream. So when you take a fan there and he's spending thousands and thousands of pounds to go and watch a game, you want the experience to be like an actual memorable one, not like what if you go and watch that freaking Bournemouth game? Like that's the memory that you left with, and there's no extra factor. But anyways,
so they're talking about the development of the area. So they did a short survey. I think 52% people said, or 48% people are in favor of making a new stadium. 17% said that they want the same stadium to be upgraded. So I think those were the stats, and I don't know what happened to the rest of this. So but there's a debate. I think they said that this summer, they will decide what they want to do, if they want to make a new stadium or they want to upgrade the stadium. If they would want to upgrade the stadium, then obviously that'll take a year or 2 years for that to happen. And then that means that United will have to play their games at the City Stadium.
which is fine to at least still see a fully packed ground.
Yeah, but they'll
they lose capacity. Yeah,
they lose and obviously because they're using city's facility, they'll revenue will be cut down as well, because then they'll have to pay a fee to State City to use their facilities as well.
Bro, it's United.
But
I'm
if
sure
they're
they'll make it up.
making a new stadium, if they'll make a new stadium, then I'm not sure what's going to happen, because that's going to be also because I was seeing one architect who had done the SoFi Stadium. So he was saying he has done a mapping of the entire area that United has. And he's like, there's a canal that runs behind the club, and there's a few yards of space, a few hundred yards of space. And he's like, this could probably end up being one of the most valuable pieces of real estate in the world. It has the potential, because you've got canal on one side and the stadium on the other side. So but that is not being utilized. It's a dormant industrial area right now.
Well, that's most in Manchester. That's most of Manchester. So yeah, I think it would do wonders to obviously the fan experience and like obviously the image of the club as well. Because when you look across the border into Spain, you look at some of the work that's been done on Camp Nou, the work that's been done on the Santiago. It's mental. It's great, and we don't have those kinds of stadiums, which is why, to your point, I agree with you. Right now, the best stadium that we have is the Tottenham Stadium, and it's a pity that the team is as Spursy as it is, because like the stadium sucks, bro. Sorry, the team sucks. Yeah. So anyway, on that bombshell, let's wrap up the episode for the day. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to join us. Adil, do you want to bring us home?
Yes, so that was it from us. We tried to make it short. We'll try to make it more short next time. And
maybe we get one of our short friends.
We've got Team of the Week in our other video. So please do check that out as well. Thank you. Peace.
Have a great week.